The pre-order a video game before you know anything about it culture is kinda getting out of control. I know it's pretty exciting to get a new video game on the market. Yeah, we're all looking forward to new video games, especially when the games on the market right now, at least for me anyway, are not doing much for my attention span. To be perfectly honest, I'm playing 1-year-old games, 2-year-old games, 3-year-old games right now, as opposed to anything that's come out in the past couple months because, well, I don't think there's been much in the past couple months that's been very exciting. Maybe the new Donkey Kong game for the Nintendo Switch, but is that it? What else has there been in the past couple months? At least for me, not that much. Let's be real here, guys. This is the summer slump, as we call it in the video game industry, the calm before the storm, as they say, the calm before E3, and then of course the bigger calm before the fall and winter gaming season, which is filled with games aplenty. Tons of games are going to come out this fall and winter, as they do every year. So I think right now we're kind of in this space of mind where we're getting bored, and we are jumping at the sights of anything that catches our attention. Think about what you're playing right now. Are you playing any newly released video games outside of maybe Donkey Kong? Are you playing games that came out recently? For me and my group of friends, no, we're not. We're playing PUBG, League of Legends, Hearthstone, Minecraft. This is the kind of stuff we're playing because really, not too much has come out recently that has been very exciting, to be honest. Maybe I'm missing something, but I think as a content creator with my eyes wide open, there should be some games on my radar in the past couple months and upcoming, and there's just really not. So what happens, guys? What happens to people when we're bored and we're looking for new video games to play? Of course, the new trailers come out for the upcoming video games and we poop our pants. Yes indeed, E3 is right around the corner, and what does that mean? Hype and pre-order culture to the maximum. The developments of the convention, of the E3 culture, of the PAX culture is something that has grown into something that is quite different than it used to be. A long time ago, most games got their premieres at conventions such as E3 because really that was the centralized hub to show off your game and get hype started and get kind of the word spread out about your game. But slowly this has been shifting towards different kinds of avenues for marketing and showing your trailers. Now with the development of YouTube and the popularity of content creators that just basically take trailers and re-upload them for views and money, which gives them free exposure, they can release a trailer or any kind of a teaser trailer or any kind of reveal event to get their games in the spotlights, and this is exactly what's been happening on YouTube, especially lately. The poster child trailer that gets people excited about video games is something that we see all the time. In fact, this is something that's probably one of the most viewed videos on YouTube. Just a basic reveal trailer that shows absolutely no gameplay about a game. It's basically a device that is designed in its core to get you excited about the video game by way of showing very scripted sections of video games that generally encompass very little gameplay to none. In fact, we even have trailers out there today that are announcements for future trailers. If you think about that, that's the most ridiculous thing on the planet, right? You've got a trailer that's basically a pre-trailer to a trailer that says, hey, we're going to show a trailer off for our game in 3 days. Here's an image that may lead to a teaser, that may lead to a trailer, that may lead to a pre-order announcement. If you want proof, we saw this with Battlefield 5, Fallout 76, and of course Red Dead Redemption 2, not to speak of the hundreds of other games that have been doing this kind of thing in the past couple years. Why is our culture pre-ordering video games based off of teaser trailers when in fact those teaser trailers are not even trailers, which by the way are not even gameplay driven whatsoever? And why are game makers out there advertising pre-order purchases for games that they haven't even shown a single second of gameplay, let alone a game that anyone knows anything about? Let's be frank here, nobody knows anything about Fallout 76, yet you can go online right now and pre-order the game, as well as pick up some handy dandy t-shirts, sweaters, and other merchandise to swag yourself out. As we know right now, the game actually could be some sort of online video game, which could require an online connection all the time. So think about this for a second. Gamers out there right now can go pre-order Fallout 76, and maybe some of them don't have an internet connection or don't have a consistent internet connection. They don't even know what the game is going to be. They can actually buy a game that they won't even be able to play. Isn't that the most ridiculous thing on the planet? Nobody knows anything about this game. Nobody knows if there's going to be a cooperative feature. Nobody knows what the game is going to be like, yet you can go online right now and purchase the game, no problem. $60, give me your money. You can also go right now to rockstar.com and pre-order Red Dead Redemption 2. You can get the digital or the physical version. You can get the standard, the special, the ultimate edition, but you don't know anything about the game. In fact, Red Dead Redemption 2 has shown absolutely zero gameplay to date. There has been no mention of what the game's story is going to be like, but you can still buy the game. Am I missing something here? Why are people going out there and pre-ordering video games when in fact, the pre-order culture, by the way, this little bit of a history lesson, pre-orders were initially designed to combat scarcity. Before you could download video games or order them off Amazon digitally, video games were made as boxed physical copies. So game makers out there didn't know how many copies to make, because if they made more copies than necessary, they'd lose some money given the cost of materials, the cost of processing, the cost of boxing up the video game and shipping them out to distributors, right? This is a big problem, so they had to estimate how many of those games people were going to buy. And if they overestimated, they'd have copies just sitting in a closet somewhere, and that's wasted money. So pre-orders were designed to give them a way to estimate how many copies they needed to make. It was a fundamental system that made sure that game developers and publishers out there did not waste money on video game making, and that gamers would be able to find a copy of the video game in a store. But today, that is not true. There is no scarcity of video games because everything is digital. If you want a boxed copy, you can usually get it. If you want a digital copy, well then guess what? There's an unlimited amount of digital copies, and there's never a chance that you will not be able to buy a video game online. It's just not possible. So there is literally zero reason to pre-order a digital copy of a video game today when you can in fact just buy it the second it comes out. This is the reason that special editions and collector's editions and hyper and ultimate editions for pre-order exist, so that there's some reason for people out there to pre-order video games again, since really there's no reason to do so digitally. This is why pre-ordering exists, to get you to pay money for a game before it comes out. And they will do that by tempting you with plastic, physical toys and little maps and stuff that are stuffed inside boxes of video games. This is the reason. And you know what? I get it. Game makers are afraid that their game won't sell day one, so they tempt people with additional stuff. That's fine. If you want to pre-order that stuff, go ahead. There's so much competition out there, there are so many new games being made that some companies need to have this competitive advantage of selling different kinds of special editions before a game comes out. So if you want that kind of stuff, go ahead. But this new development of allowing a game to be pre-ordered before anyone actually knows anything about it, I think that's taking it one step too far. Here's another example. You can go to battlefield.com and buy the Battlefield 5 Deluxe Edition or the Standard Edition online before you even know anything about the game. We have only seen one teaser trailer for Battlefield 5, and there was literally no representative gameplay in that trailer. What kind of culture are we breeding when we allow games to be sold that don't have any information about them? And the information we do have about these games, in the form of just these basic trailers for reveals and these teaser trailers, we have to fill in the information that is not there as gamers, and it's such a dangerous process when we imagine what a game is going to be before we even know anything about it. We fill in the holes that developers and publishers purposefully leave there for us to do so. This industry has way too big of a problem of getting the wrong expectations into the heads of honest gamers. Yes, it is our responsibility to not pre-order video games, and it's our responsibility to look after our own money. But what I'm trying to say is these trailers are designed specifically to make sure that we do not do that. So some people out there are not going to be able to control themselves. They will visualize what the game is going to be like when in fact it might not be anything like that. They will then use that image that they have created for the game as a catalyst to pre-order the game, because their image is probably going to be something that they want rather than what is going to be. This is why we see so many refunds today, and this is why we see so much backlash on day one of video games, because people imagine different things for games, because our culture just enables this kind of process by giving us false hope and misleading expectations and holy style trailers that are not representative whatsoever, and then they allow us to pre-order the video game on top of that. So is it a problem for the industry? Heck yeah, it's a problem. What's really interesting and probably a little bit devious is this new development of allowing us to pre-order video games right before they show us gameplay. Think about the common theme among Fallout 76, Battlefield 5, and Red Dead Redemption 2. Release a reveal, allow pre-orders, and then we'll show gameplay at E3 weeks later. Don't you think that's a little bit suspicious to put that pre-order option right smack dab in the middle of a teaser and gameplay? If I was a businessman, I would actually do the exact same thing, because what you're really doing is enabling pre-orders before anyone has the option to opt out, given they don't like what they see via the gameplay. Doesn't it sound like the perfect sandwich? Release a little bit of a teaser to get people excited, allow them to pre-order the game, and then make sure to show gameplay after that fact? Seems like it's just too much of a coincidence not to be true. As gamers, I think it's important to look after ourselves and make sure we don't pre-order games based off of nothing. And once we do that, I think there's going to be a good side effect in the fact that once enough gamers start doing this, then it's going to make it harder for game publishers out there to pull this kind of crap. But of course, that sounds like a pipe dream from here. So at this time, I'll go ahead and leave it up to you guys to comment down below. Let me know what your thoughts are on allowing people to pre-order video games before any gameplay is shown. I think it's kind of a what the f moment for our culture, and something that really needs to be looked at, because people are just getting way too burnt way too often with this kind of practice. And quite honestly, it just sets a bad example of how we should be doing business for our industry. So thanks for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. If you enjoyed the video, go ahead and thumbs it up, and if you did not, maybe you can go onto my channel and find something that you do like. So have a great day, guys, and we'll see you in our next video. Peace, love, and happiness. Until then, you guys take care.